It was a sad case, a sad situation. A family trying to do everything to help their sick son. But on TV3's 3D program, Rose Renton has revealed she administered cannabis oil to her ill son Alex before getting the green light from the Minister of Health. She broke the law, but denies the cannabis oil she gave him weeks before it was formally approved had any harmful effects on her son at all. With me now is New Zealand Medical Association Chair Dr. Stephen Child. Stephen, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Thanks for joining us. Now, Rose Renton has said it had no harmful effects. How would she even know that?
Well, that's exactly the point. We don't know what the evidence is of these sorts of medications. We don't know if it's benefit, and we don't know if it's harmful to the patient.
Okay, so in this instance, there are a couple of points. One, she broke the law. She administered this before she was permitted to do that. But isn't the most serious thing, she did this, and it's understandable why, in secret. So those that were charged with Alex's care had no idea that he was receiving this.
Well, it's obviously extremely, extremely difficult. This was the mother trying to do what was best for her son. It's a tragic, horrible case, and I feel for the mother and I feel for everyone involved. But you're right, ethically, the profession, as a profession, we have the duty to do what is in the best interests of our patient. And so therefore, we can only give treatment that is in their best interest. And potentially, this medication may not have been in Alex's best interest, and therefore we should have known about it.
From what you know of this situation, what would have happened had she gone to those that were caring for Alex and said, I have been able to get hold of some of this, I want to administer it?
Well, I think a discussion would have ensued, and it would have been between the medical professionals and the family, as happens every single day. I mean,
although this is different, isn't it? Because she was not legally able to administer this. So would those medical professionals have just dealt with her, or as she suspected, would she have just been barred from visiting?
Well, I think what did happen is that the medical professionals went through the correct processes for a medication that hasn't been authorized to be used in this condition. So they went through the special circumstances, extenuating circumstances, they applied to Peter Dunn, and approval was given. So the medical profession is open to trying new things and did eventually get to this, but it was after they'd tried all the things that they were known to be effective.
Now, at the end of the day, they did that at the point that they knew they were doing it, so they could presumably change other medication that he was on, or at least it became part of the medication regime. Do you have any idea whether this may have been harmful to him or not, given that it could potentially have clashed with some of the medication he was getting?
Well, clearly I don't know the details about this individual case, but yes, if you give two drugs, drug A and drug B, drug A may speed up the metabolism of drug B, and therefore you have lower levels of it, or it may slow down the metabolism of drug B and you may get toxic levels of drug B. So there's always potential drug interactions when you give more than one drug, and we need to know about that.
What should happen now? Rose has made this revelation that she essentially broke the law. Should she be charged?
That's not really an issue for the medical profession to be speaking about. The medical profession will be reviewing this case as they do all cases in the hospital situation, but the actual legalities of it and implications for Rose are not really the impact of the medical profession.
Are you personally, Stephen, a believer that there is a place for medicinal marijuana?
Medicinal marijuana is no different than any of the medications that we have out there, feverfew, echinacea, chondroitin sulfate, magnesium, vitamin C, etc. There's a whole host of things that people think may help people, and we just need to have evidence to find out whether it does help people or doesn't help people, and that's why we need more research on all these issues. Medicinal marijuana is no different than any of the others.
All right, Stephen, thank you very much for joining us. Dr. Stephen Child, New Zealand Medical Association Chair.